The year was 1944, deep in the Philippine jungle, where the air hung thick like wet cloth, and every shadow felt like it carried a set of Japanese eyes. The 31st Infantry Division had pushed farther than planned, farther than comfortable, and now their patrol line crawled along a narrow, overgrown ridge that none of them liked the look of. Even the veterans whispered under their breath. The canopy above was too perfect, too still, too quiet. That was sniper country. The kind of place where a single wrong move ended with a crack in the air and a body dropping before anyone even heard the bullet strike. At the very end of the line marched Private Thomas Hale, 19 years old, new boots, new rifle, new fear. He was the rookie, the kid the others still called college boy, even though he had never actually made it that far. A farm kid from Kansas who had fired at coyotes and tin cans, but had never imagined he would be hunted by men hiding in treetops. His helmet felt too big, his rifle too heavy, his heartbeat too loud, but he kept moving because stopping meant death. Ahead of him, Sergeant Cole muttered, "Eyes up, boys. This is exactly where they like to hit us." The sergeant was one of those men who did not raise his voice because he never needed to. When he whispered, everyone listened. Hale tried to mirror his calm, but his hands shook anyway. That was when it happened. A single flick of sunlight on metal A shimmer, so faint that Hale almost doubted he saw it. But the movement was real. Something shifted high in the branches. Then another glint. Not animal. Not accident. A scope. Hale froze. Sergeant Cole saw it a second later, and in a flash he shoved Hale down just as a shot cracked overhead and splintered a branch inches from where Hale's skull had been. The entire jungle exploded into chaos. The platoon dived for cover. Vines snapped, dirt flew, and the ridge turned into a killing zone. "Sniper nest!" someone yelled, but no one could see the shooter. Then another shot. Closer. Cleaner. A Japanese marksman was tracking them with deadly patience, firing only when he had a perfect angle. Men hugged the ground. No one dared move. One wrong inch and someone would not get up again. Private Hale's breath came fast, and fear clawed at his throat. But in the panic, he remembered something odd from back home. Something stupid. Something no soldier would ever think belonged on a battlefield. But Hale smiled anyway, a tiny, reckless smile that shocked even him, because that was the moment the rookie decided he would flip his helmet in the air, like a damn carnival trick. And it would change everything. The jungle held its breath. The sniper fired again, the round slicing through a palm frond and kicking dust across Hale's cheek. The rest of the squad stayed pinned, afraid to lift even a finger. Sergeant Cole pressed himself behind a root and yelled, "Hold your positions! He is waiting for movement!" The Japanese marksman was disciplined, patient, and confident. He believed he had the ridge locked down, and he believed the next American head that rose would be his. Private Hale felt the weight of the moment pressing on him. His heart pounded so hard he wondered if the sniper could hear it from the treetops. The smart thing to do was to stay down. The safe thing was to stay still. But Hale could feel the eyes of the squad around him. They needed a break. They needed anything to disrupt the invisible hunter in the branches. So Hale slowly slid his helmet off his head. It felt ridiculous. It felt insane. He remembered tossing his hat in the fields back home, trying to hit fence posts or scare crows when he was bored. His brothers had called him stupid every time he did it. A useless trick. A meaningless stunt. But now on this ridge, he felt something click into place. A stupid idea that might just work. Sergeant Cole saw him move. "Hale, do not you dare! Stay down!" But Hale had already made up his mind. He took a slow breath, held the helmet by the rim, and whispered, "Please take the bait." Then he flicked it. The helmet spun into the air in a perfect wobbling arc, catching just enough sunlight to look like a real head rising from cover. It sailed above the ridge line for barely a second. That was all the sniper needed. Crack! A shot ripped through the helmet and sent it tumbling. The Japanese marksman had reacted instantly, convinced he had caught an American soldier exposing himself. But the helmet landed on the dirt, rolling harmlessly. The squad stared in disbelief. Hale reached out, grabbed the perforated helmet, and looked at the clean round hole through the steel. The sniper had excellent aim. Too excellent. "That is one," Hale whispered. Sergeant Cole blinked. "Are you insane or just lucky?" But Hale did not stop. He adjusted his grip and flicked the helmet again. Higher this time. Wider arc. A more tempting target. The sniper fired again. Then again. Two more holes tore through the helmet in under 5 seconds. The ridge echoed with the rapid cracks, and Sergeant Cole's eyes widened as he understood the rookie's plan. He is baiting him. He is making him waste rounds. That sniper is firing faster than he should. Hale flicked the helmet a third time, and the sniper fired immediately. The squad began to stir, hope rising. The legendary discipline of Japanese snipers was breaking. The rookie had cracked it with a farm trick that nobody would have ever taken seriously, and the Japanese sniper did not even know it yet. He was burning through his ammunition because of one stupid spinning helmet. The jungle canopy trembled with each shot as the Japanese sniper fired again and again, each round sharper and more desperate than the last. The man in the treetops was no ordinary marksman. His timing, his accuracy, and his immediate reaction told everyone that this was a trained hunter who had likely taken down dozens of soldiers before this moment. But now he believed he was seeing an American who refused to learn, a foolish rookie who kept exposing himself over and over. The sniper wanted the kill badly, enough to abandon the patience that usually made his kind so dangerous. Hale flicked the helmet a fourth time, this one lower, fast, almost like a head ducking up and down. The sniper fired instantly. Bark exploded from the branch behind Hale. The shot was too quick, too eager. Sergeant Cole's eyes narrowed. He is losing discipline. Keep going, Hale. Keep going until he is empty. Hale's hands shook, but not from fear anymore. He felt something else rising inside him, something he had never expected to feel under fire. Control. A strange sense that he was steering the fight now, not the sniper. He crouched lower, adjusted his wrist, and launched the helmet again with a clean spin that made it wobble exactly like a human head looking for a chance to escape cover crack. Another bullet punched through it. The helmet rolled back down toward Hale like a metal puppet that refused to stay dead. The men around him watched with wide eyes, stunned at how fast the sniper was falling for it. Nobody spoke, afraid to break the spell. Hale flicked it again. Crack. Again. Crack. The shots came so rapidly now that even the jungle birds fell silent. The sniper was burning through his precious ammunition in a panic. What he thought was precision was turning into frenzy. Every missed shot was a psychological blow. Every failed attempt to hit the American head pushed him deeper into frustration and tunnel vision. Sergeant Cole crawled close and whispered sharply, "Count the gaps. Listen to his recovery time." The sergeant had hunted snipers before. He knew the rhythm of a man running out of rounds. He tapped Hale's shoulder after the next shot. "His cycle is slowing. He is near the end." Another flick, another shot. Silence. Not the calm kind, the dangerous kind. The sniper did not fire on the next helmet toss. He hesitated. That hesitation told Hale everything he needed to know. The Japanese marksman had reached the bottom of his magazine or was down to his final round and was thinking very carefully about how to use it. The rookie held the helmet tightly, breathing through the tension. This was the part he had feared, the moment when the sniper stopped shooting wildly and returned to cold patience. But Hale also understood something the sniper did not. A patient marksman was deadly, but a frustrated marksman with almost no ammunition left was predictable. And predictability was the rookie's new advantage. Silence spread across the ridge like a slow fog, heavy and threatening. Everyone felt it. Hale froze with the helmet in his hand, the metal still warm from the last round that tore through it. Sergeant Cole raised one finger to his lips, signaling absolute stillness. The sniper was no longer firing blindly. He was thinking, calculating. He had realized that something was wrong. No one knew if he had one round left or two, but it was clear he was done wasting bullets. This was the most dangerous phase. A disciplined Japanese marksman with his final shot could be more lethal than one with a full magazine. Men who survived sniper hunts said that the last bullet was the one fired with absolute focus. Hale swallowed hard. The plan had worked, but now he had to survive the part where the hunter regained his nerve, Cole leaned close and whispered, "He knows he has been tricked. His next shot will be perfect. Do not give him an easy target, or we lose someone." Hale steadied his nerves, pressing himself against the dirt as he studied the treetops. He could not see the sniper, but he could feel him. The entire canopy felt alive, as if thousands of leaves were quietly watching him. Hale had grown up tracking coyotes through cornfield shadows. He knew the feeling of an unseen predator. But this one was smarter. This one could end him with a single breath. The squad waited. Sweat rolled down faces, mixed with dust, and dripped silently into the earth. A soldier to Hale's left whispered, "He is waiting for that helmet again." Hale nodded. The sniper wanted to confirm his suspicion. He wanted the rookie to repeat the exact same pattern so he could time the final shot. Hale closed his eyes for 1 second, thinking. If he tossed the helmet the same way, he would die. If he hesitated too long, the sniper might relocate or choose a different target. Hale needed a new move, something the sniper would not expect. He tightened his grip on the helmet, feeling every dent and every bullet hole. Then he made his decision. Instead of flicking the helmet upward like before, Hale slid it sideways across the dirt, pushing it out from behind the root in a low, fast roll. The helmet bounced, clattered, and tipped over in a completely different motion from anything he had done earlier. The jungle reacted with a sudden, sharp crack. A final bullet slammed into the helmet, tearing through the rim and sending it spinning into a tree trunk. The shot was clean, precise, deliberate. The sniper had taken his time, aimed carefully, and fired with full intention to finish the fight. But now there was something even more important than the helmet's new hole. Sergeant Cole grinned a tight, dangerous smile. "That was his last round," he whispered. The entire squad felt the shift. The sniper's dominance over the ridge ended in one desperate final shot. He was out, empty, vulnerable, a ghost with a rifle and no teeth left. Hale felt his breath return. He had survived the shot meant for him. He had forced the sniper to waste everything. And for the first time since the ridge ambush began, the Americans held the advantage. Now the hunter was trapped, and the rookie who used a stupid farm trick had flipped the entire battlefield upside down. The moment the final shot echoed across the ridge, the jungle shifted. It was as if the trees themselves understood that the balance of power had changed. For nearly an hour, the Japanese sniper had controlled the battlefield with invisible authority, dictating every breath and every inch of movement. But now the silence felt different. It was no longer the silence of fear. It was the silence of opportunity. Sergeant Cole pressed his palm into the dirt and whispered, "We move now before he relocates, before he regains his nerve. That sniper is out there with an empty rifle and nowhere to go." The squad nodded, their confidence returning like a spark catching dry tinder. They had been pinned, terrified, waiting for death. Now they were the ones hunting. Cole pointed to 2 scouts. "Circle left. Flank around his nest." Then he looked at Hale. "Rookie, you stay on me. You earned the front seat for this." Hale swallowed, feeling a strange mix of pride and dread. He had survived because of luck, instinct, and a trick that should never have worked. But now the squad trusted him. That meant responsibility. They moved slowly, crawling through vines so thick they felt like ropes. Each footstep had to be placed with care. The sniper might be empty, but he was not harmless. A trained Japanese marksman could set traps, relocate to a secondary position, or fight hand-to-hand if cornered. Hale kept his eyes on the trees, scanning every dark shape for a hint of movement. Then he saw it, a faint shimmer of metal far above, half hidden by branches, a narrow wooden platform nailed into the trunk. And a figure crouched low, rigid and still, holding a rifle angled downward, in anticipation of another target. Hale felt his pulse surge. "There," he whispered. Cole followed his gaze, nodded once, and signaled the flanking scouts. They moved in from both sides, cutting off escape routes with silent precision. The sniper finally sensed the danger. His head snapped slightly to the left. His posture changed. He knew he was exposed. He raised his rifle, checked the chamber, and froze when he realized it was empty. For the first time, the hunter looked vulnerable. Cole stood up from cover. "Drop it," he commanded, voice steady and clear. The sniper hesitated. Pride battled survival inside him, but he knew the truth. His rifle was useless now. His ambush was broken. His endurance had been defeated by a trick so absurd he likely could not understand it. At last, he lowered the weapon. The scouts climbed the trunk, secured him, and brought him down. Not a shot was fired. No one needed to risk more bloodshed. The ridge belonged to the Americans again. Hale stared at the captured sniper, feeling the strange weight of the moment. This man had nearly ended him. This man had controlled the battlefield with a single rifle. And yet, Hale had beaten him with a helmet toss he had learned while chasing crows in Kansas fields. Sergeant Cole placed a hand on Hale's shoulder. "You saved every man on this ridge. That stupid trick of yours turned the whole fight." Hale looked down at the helmet in his hands, riddled with holes, dented and scarred. It was proof of fear, luck, and impossible courage all at once. As the squad moved out, Cole laughed softly and said, "Rookie, I will tell you something. War is full of smart ideas that fail and stupid ideas that save lives. Today you proved which one matters." And in the Philippine jungle that day, a 19-year-old farm kid did something no manual, no training, and no officer had ever thought of. He made a Japanese sniper empty his ammunition in minutes. With a trick no one was supposed to take seriously,